Ever wonder how much time you really have left? After 70, every year feels more valuable. Your body already sends signals about your potential lifespan. Some people in their 70s stay energetic, sharp, and full of life. Others slow down, facing tiredness and health issues. What causes the difference? It usually comes down to a few key signs, subtle but powerful clues that reveal your future. In this video, we'll cover 7 signs showing how long you might live past 70. These aren't guesses or old tales. They're based on patterns doctors and researchers see in people who live long, healthy lives. By the end, you'll know what to watch for in your body and habits. More importantly, what steps to take to boost your chances of a longer, healthier life. Stick with us until the end. You might be missing small details that make a big difference later. Recognizing these signs will give you a clearer sense of your health and what changes could add years to your life. Now, let's get started. Sign 1. How fast you walk. One of the best clues to your lifespan after 70 isn't in DNA or medical records, it's your walking speed. Research shows people who maintain a steady, brisk pace into their 70s often live longer than those who slow down. That's because walking speed reflects overall health, muscle strength, heart fitness, and brain health. Take Joe and Frank, both 75. Joe walks every morning at a steady pace, moves smoothly and confidently. Frank used to be active, but now slows down, takes breaks, and feels unsteady. Joe's pace shows good health. Frank's slower walk may signal muscle weakness, poor blood flow, or early neurological issues. Slow, unsteady walking isn't just aging, it can indicate deeper problems. Your legs support your whole body. When they weaken, your resilience drops. The good news, you can improve your walking speed. More walking builds strength. If you've slowed down, start small, walk more, add light weights, and try simple leg exercises. Because in the end, how quickly you move through life can tell you a lot about how long you'll keep moving at all. So, watch your pace carefully. It might be the simplest way to check your potential longevity. Sign 2. Your grip strength. It may surprise you, but your handshake strength reveals more about your future than you expect. Studies show grip strength is a strong sign of vitality in older adults. A firm grip points to strong muscles, good blood flow, and a healthy nervous system. A weakening grip warns of muscle loss, frailty, and higher health risks. Take Robert, 77, who has a firm handshake, stays active, lifts light weights, and easily handles daily tasks. Now consider Walter, also 77, who finds twisting bottle caps and carrying bags harder over time. He thought it was just aging, but his weakening grip signals muscle loss, raising his risk of falls, injuries, and possibly shorter life. Your hands reflect overall muscle health. If your grip fades, the rest of your body likely does too. Losing muscle strength makes staying independent and active tougher. The good news, you can rebuild it. Simple exercises, squeezing a tennis ball, using hand grippers, or carrying light weights, keep your grip strong. So, test your grip. If your handshake feels weaker or daily tasks get harder, don't ignore it. How well you hold on to things today may reflect how well you hold on to life tomorrow. If you're still watching and find this helpful, comment 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Sign 3. Your ability to stand on one leg. Balance is often overlooked until it starts slipping. Being able to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds strongly predicts how long you might live. Research shows those who struggle with balance face higher risks of falls, injuries, and cognitive decline. Those who keep good balance into their 70s tend to live longer, healthier lives. Imagine 2 women, Carol and Nancy, both in their early 70s. Carol stays active, walking daily, practicing yoga, and can lift one foot easily without wobbling. Nancy hasn't worked on her balance and nearly falls when standing on one leg, needing support. What Nancy doesn't realize is losing balance isn't just an annoyance, it's a warning sign. Her coordination, muscle strength, and even brain function could be slipping. Good balance depends on strong legs, a sharp nervous system, and a healthy brain. If you stumble more, feel unsteady turning quickly, or need to hold onto furniture for support, it's time to act. The best part? Balance can improve. Simple exercises, like standing on one foot for a few seconds daily, walking heel to toe, or gentle Tai Chi, help regain stability. Try this test now. Stand up and lift one foot off the floor. Can you hold it steady for 10 seconds without wobbling? If not, don't worry, but don't ignore it. The more you work on balance now, the steadier you'll be later. Sign 4. Your sleeping patterns. How well you sleep reveals a lot about your potential lifespan. Sleep isn't just rest. It's when your body repairs, boosts immunity, and clears brain toxins. Research shows people over 70 with good, consistent sleep tend to live longer and healthier lives. Poor sleepers face higher risk of memory loss, heart disease, and weaker immunity. Consider Henry and Bill, both mid-70s. Henry keeps a regular bedtime, sleeps 7 hours, wakes refreshed. Bill struggles with restless nights, wakes often, and has trouble falling back asleep. Henry stays sharp and energetic. Bill experiences brain fog, tiredness, and blood pressure changes linked to poor sleep. If you often wake at night, can't stay asleep, or feel drained despite many hours in bed, don't ignore it. Poor sleep can stem from stress, diet, inactivity, or hidden issues like sleep apnea. The good news? You can improve sleep quality. Simple habits: reduce screen time before bed, keep a regular schedule, get morning sunlight, and avoid heavy meals late at night help a lot. Sleep is essential for body and mind health. Tonight, pay attention to your sleep. If you wake tired or notice changes over time, it's time to make changes. How well you rest now can greatly affect how strong and healthy you remain in the years ahead. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, please comment 4 below to show you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Your support helps us keep making valuable content. Now, let's continue. Sign 5. Your appetite and eating habits. How you eat after 70 is a strong clue about your potential lifespan. A healthy appetite and balanced diet keep your body strong, immune system resilient, and energy high. A sudden loss of appetite or poor eating habits can signal health problems and speed up aging. Consider Margaret and Susan, both 74. Margaret enjoys fresh, whole foods, keeps a steady weight, and feels energized. Susan's appetite has dropped. She skips meals, leans on processed foods, and has lost weight. Her shrinking appetite signals possible nutrient absorption issues, weakening muscles, slowing metabolism, and harming immunity. Reduced appetite in older adults often links to digestive problems, hormonal changes, or early cognitive decline. Not eating enough makes your body break down muscle, causing weakness, frailty, and higher fall risk. If you've noticed changes, feeling full too fast, losing interest in food, or unexpected weight loss, act now. Eating well after 70 isn't just about feeling full, it's about giving your body the nutrients it needs. Ask yourself, are you enjoying meals? Are you getting enough protein, fiber, and healthy fats to stay strong? Or have your appetite and energy declined? How you eat today directly impacts your strength and independence ahead. Sign 6. Your ability to handle stress. How you cope with stress after 70 says a lot about your potential lifespan. Chronic stress affects more than mood. It weakens immunity, raises heart disease risk, and speeds aging. Those who manage stress well tend to stay healthier, more active, and mentally sharp into old age. Consider John and Richard, both 76 years old. John faces challenges like anyone: bills, health worries, family troubles. But he handles them with calm and steady mindset. He practices deep breathing, stays socially active, and doesn't dwell on problems. Richard struggles to let go of stress. He worries about things beyond control, gets overwhelmed by small frustrations, and gets stuck in negative loops. This ongoing stress wears down his body, raises blood pressure, disrupts sleep, and drains energy. Long-term stress causes inflammation linked to major age-related diseases, from Alzheimer's to heart disease. If you often feel tense, irritable, or drained, don't ignore it. Managing stress with mindfulness, exercise, deep breathing, or laughter can add years to your life. Ask yourself, do you adapt and move forward, or hold on to worry and let stress control you? Staying calm and focusing on what you can control is key to living longer and better. If you're still watching and find this helpful, comment 6 below. If you haven't subscribed, please do and turn on notifications. Your support helps us keep making valuable content. Sign 7. Your social connections. The strength of your relationships is a clear sign of how long you might live after 70. Studies show strong social ties through friends, family, or community help people live longer, healthier lives. Loneliness links to higher risks of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and early death. Consider Eleanor and Barbara, both 78. Eleanor enjoys an active social life, keeping in touch with friends, joining clubs, spending time with family. She looks forward to conversations, laughs often, and feels connected. Barbara spends most time alone, lost touch with friends, rarely reaches out to family, feels isolated, and her health declines. Human connection affects physical health. Interaction keeps your brain active, lowers stress, and releases chemicals that boost well-being. If you find yourself avoiding social activities or spending more time alone, it's time to change. Even small efforts, reaching out to an old friend, joining a group, or having meaningful talks, can make a big difference. The relationships you build today won't just bring joy, they'll also help you stay healthier and live longer. Final thoughts. Now that you know these 7 signs, take a moment to reflect. Are you moving through life with strength and confidence, or have you noticed subtle shifts that might be early warning signs? The good news? Most of these factors, walking speed, grip strength, balance, eating habits, stress, sleep, and social connections, can be improved. Your future isn't fixed. The choices you make today affect how many years and how much quality you have ahead. If you spot areas to improve, don't wait for a doctor's warning. It's time to act. Start now. Take more walks, build muscle strength, prioritize restful sleep, stay socially connected, and manage stress. The goal isn't just to add years, it's to improve the quality of those years. Because longevity isn't about how many years remain, it's about the richness of life you experience. Thank you for watching. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment sharing one thing you learned and how you'll use it. Your thoughts motivate and encourage us. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating valuable, inspiring content.